Hey, this is Vincent Whitehair here. I'm just making a video to kind of let you guys know who I am. A lot of you guys do not know who I am, so first of all, I'm an artist. I love to draw. Drawing is my main medium. Drawing is what I do. I've been drawing ever since I was a little kid. I drew all sorts of stuff growing up. It was just one of those things that I kind of stuck with. And started out with doodles, drawing for school, and for some reason drawing just became something I knew I was good at, and it became a passion of mine. It was one of those things I just didn't stop doing, and the more I kept drawing, the better I got at it. And looking back at my old artwork, there's a big difference now, back then, to then. And it's just really cool to kind of see that difference and kind of see the journey of where, kind of what I went through, and what, made me, progress and get better and keep drawing. And the funny thing about being an artist is that nobody taught me how to draw. This became something natural that I just developed. And there's very few artists in my family. My father's not an artist, but he draws pretty good. My mother's not an artist, and my brother isn't either. My sister's not. But it's just crazy to kind of see that this gift to draw just kind of took off, and it became something I could do and I was really good at. And now when I show my artwork off to my friends and to people, they just go, "Whoa, this is really good. How come you're not in art school?" So they always ask me, how did you draw this good? How did you get to be where you are now? And I tell them all the time, I didn't stop drawing. I kept going at it. I don't know why. I can't explain it, because it's just something I just kept doing. And yeah, it's been a great journey so far, being an artist and drawing, and getting things done for myself, and kind of attending art shows and making my own art shows, and showing off to everybody who loves art. And it's just fun. It's really fun. I love it. I love drawing. It's just art, And the reason why I love drawing is because you can express so many emotions through your artwork. You can express how you feel. You can express, what's going on in your life. And you can express your faith. You can express hope. And just give that to people when they see it. So, I'll tell you a quick story about this comic book character that I created, because I'm also a comic book artist. Now, back in middle school, 6th grade, there was an assignment where pretty much you could do whatever you want. You could, do whatever. And so I decided I wanted to create my own comic book. And back then, the character's name was Star Commander. If you knew me in middle school, you remember this. Pathfinder kids, you remember this. Star Commander was his name. And I got to create the character. And it's crazy to think that this whole thing started from an assignment in 6th grade. But anyway, I drew him up. Then I made a quick storyline about him, where I want him to go through and all this stuff. And then I made an effort to create the comic book. And I still have the comic book with me. I gotta find it. It's around here. I've seen it. It's still around. Don't worry. I didn't lose it. It's somewhere in a bag. I just gotta dig it up. I'll show it to you guys later. Anyways, I get to do this comic book, and the awesome thing about middle school was that these teachers who I've been with, they've known me since kindergarten. A lot have known me since kindergarten, or they've known me since 4th grade. And They knew I had a potential in art. They knew I could draw, and they knew my favorite subject in school was art. And they saw potential in me. They believed in me, and they just, kept supporting my ideas for art. And it was just really, really awesome. And it was a great experience in middle school to even go through that. And it was awesome. Anyways, I get to create the comic book. My teacher, Chris, you know who you are, and my art teacher, Missa, if you're watching this, I love you guys. Thank you for everything you've done. You guys are awesome. Forward this video to them if you can. Come on. They need to see this. They need to know what's going on now. They need to see me now. I'm grown up. It's crazy. Anyways, Chris gets to edit the dialogue for me and everything. It's really fun. Drawing the characters, drawing the comic, the story. It was fun as, 6th grade is just having fun. That's the important thing about this whole thing. Anyways, after it was completed, it was done. I got to show all my buddies, all my friends what was going on. Show them the project, and they loved it. They fell in love with it. They supported it. It was awesome. Back in middle school, you see something cool like a comic book that someone made. They loved it. It was awesome. It was a fun time, guys. And that comic book started a 20 comic book issue mini-series. I didn't stop at issue 1. I kept going. And that's the crazy thing about this character that I created, was that it created more stories, it created more villains, it created more action, and it's just been a fun journey. 20 issues of that character. There's gotta be something. There's something up with that, Anyways, later on, what also was awesome in middle school was that I got to create a mural in a classroom. On the top, corner of the classroom, I got to create a little painting that showed pretty much had the comic book superhero, and I got to paint him, and it was Chris's classroom. It was so cool. My name was on it. Everybody knows. Everybody remembers that. Obviously, it was so cool. It was really fun. And thank you, Chris, for letting me do that. It was so fun. It was awesome. That's something I'll never forget. Anyways, in high school, later on, years later, I think I'm a junior, I create the comic book again. This time, I make an effort to try and get this comic book published. So I create it, I draw it all out. This time the storyline changes, there's more characters. There's so many plot holes in that first comic book issue that I created back in middle school. I wanted to help fill those plot holes in. And so I got to do that with this new comic. And I did that, colored, inked. It was awesome. It looks great. So I found a publishing company. And that's when things kind of went downhill, because they wanted a lot of money from me, and I was not financially stable enough to even pay them $400 a month towards the book. And this is a publishing company. And I called around when I was in Seattle. Nobody would publish a comic book. Nobody would. I don't know why. It was a dumb idea. It was dumb, but still. Nobody wanted to. It was weird, but back to where I was. The video stopped for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, so there was a roadblock that happened from that publishing company, and it just bummed me out. I was disappointed in myself. I was disappointed in the publishing company. I was, disappointed that I couldn't find anybody else, and it stopped. What I wanted to happen. But I didn't let that stop me from drawing. Out of that, I kept writing, I kept drawing, I kept creating more superheroes, I kept creating more awesome stories, and it's just been a roller coaster since then. And so years later, I'm in college at the University of Great Falls, and I'm still working on it. It's just a thing, like a hobby of mine, just to kind of work on it behind the scenes, between classes, between homework and studying and all that stuff, and college. Ugh. And so, um, I kept editing this Dark Commander story. I kept going after it. I couldn't let it go for some reason. I don't know why, but it's maybe because it's the first story I ever created. It's the first comic book superhero I ever created also. Maybe that's why I keep going back to it. But I just kept going after it. I kept going and going and going. And so lots of things have changed from high school for this story. There's the superhero looks different, much better. He has a much better storyline, a much better origin storyline also, with where he came from and what's going on with him. There's more characters. There's new characters now. The storyline is much better. There's no more plot holes. There's, everything kind of it's much better now, And I'm more confident in this storyline, in this comic book, now than I ever was before. And guys, I'm so excited to let you guys know that I have found a publishing company. It's not really a publishing company. It's more of where I become a self-publisher. It's called Create Space. They work with Amazon.com. And basically, this is so awesome because their prices to get my book published is so affordable, and it's attainable, which is awesome. So basically, I have complete control over my story, over my comic book. Nobody doesn't have to, ask me questions and, hammer me or, try to change the storyline and all this stuff that a lot of publishing companies tend to do to writers and creators. So I get more freedom. There's more freedom. There's more things that I can control. I control the price, I guess. I can control the story, where it goes. It's all me, which is awesome. So I'm really excited. Create Space sounds legit. It sounds really, really awesome, and I'm gonna go after it because it's all I got. And later on, what I also want to do is upload the comic as a digital comic, so that way you guys can get it on Kindle. And also Comixology. Comixology seems like a really cool route too. So you guys can even buy it. I think it's like $10 or something digital. It's really nice. It's really cheap. So definitely, I'm looking forward to this, and I'm so excited to let you guys know what's gonna happen. So much more to come, guys. So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Be sure to visit social media because that's where you can see all my artwork. But I'll post it on video. I'll show you guys my artwork on the video also on YouTube. But yeah, you guys are awesome. Facebook at Eznar Superhero Comics, and go to Twitter Eznar Comic, and Instagram Eznar Comic. On Google Plus also. I'm desperate at this point. Yes, I have to do Google Plus. I know. YouTube now, Eznar Comics, and you can buy my T-shirts that have the superhero on it at zazzle.com/Eznar_comics. Check it out, guys. You guys are awesome. You know who you are. So thank you. Comment below. Comment below. Hit the like button right there. Thanks. Subscribe.